Good morning, and how is everybody doing this? Yet another phenomenal day in paradise. 2 weeks to go, 2 weeks tomorrow, and I'll be evicted from this magnificent space. Well, not evicted, I will be leaving to go to India actually, and then 2 weeks in India and then back here for the Sky Festival, which I'm very excited about as well. It's great actually that I've got the festival to look forward to straight after coming back from India, because now I'm sort of like, oh, it's been such a high being here, and just kind of living the dream that I want to live, which is helping people and showing them how powerful they are and the things that they can do in order to really see that. And it's not rocket science, it's actually really simple, and we're going to be training people to do that. John and I have been talking about it. He's got all the recipes for all the food that he's been making here that people have been raving about. And yeah, so it really is just a case now of getting our act together and starting to really run this out to the masses, because everybody should know about it. Not everybody wants to, but the people that are ready to take responsibility for their health, well, we're coming and we're going to be teaching people how to do what we've been doing here, so that we can create these education centres all over the country. So I thought I'd just jump on and do a little bit of a Sunday sesh for you, some letting go, because if you have not experienced the peace that you can experience from letting go, then I really, really would love that you would get an experience of it. So we're going to start off just doing the 4-7-8 breath, which is breathing in for 4, hold for 7, and out for 8, with your tongue on the gum just above your front teeth. So just do it with me. Breathe in and hold and out. And in, hold, and out. And in, and hold, and out. Last one, in, and hold, and out. Okay, and you should feel a little bit of a change of state. Very simple, 1 minute exercise. 4 rounds of the 4-7-8 can just take you down into a nice calm state. And if you're not in a calm state yet, just keep doing it. So, letting go. So many different ways to do it. But my favourite one is the Sedona method. And I love EFT, I love Byron Katie's The Work, and I do love kinesiology as well, because really when you start looking into the quantum aspect of the body and the energy aspect of the body, you realise that all the intelligence and all the answers that we need are in this field. And then it becomes a basic case of trust. Do you trust your own body? And most people don't. I certainly never had no idea about this stuff. And it's a bit of a stretch maybe for the conscious mind to go, right, okay, so this body knows the answer to these questions. And anyway, even if you're just curious, you should start asking the body the questions, because you'll be amazed at what will happen. And also making sure that you're accessing consciousness. That means asking the right questions instead of negative affirmations. So I'm knackered, I'm this, I'm exhausted, I'm overwhelmed, I'm whatever it is, I don't have enough time, all the things that we don't want. I'm skint, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy. It's all that stuff that keeps us in the scarcity energy. And, it may be true in this moment, but we want to get out of that state. And how do you get out of it? You ask the field, the subatomic particles, to help you. And how do you do that? You do it by asking the right questions. So what would it take for me to have more energy? What would it take for me to have a lot more energy? What would it take for me to wake up in the morning and be excited by what I'm going to see, believe, feel, and do today? What would it take for me to stream more money? Whatever it is you want, start thinking about where you want to go instead of where you've been. And you do that by accessing consciousness with these very simple questions. How does it get easier than this? How does it get better than this? How do I become less anxious? Now, with kinesiology, you're asking a closed question because you're looking for a yes or no from the body. But with access consciousness, you're opening up because you want the brain to light up. You want to go into the quantum field, and you want the quantum field to help you. And again, that might sound a bit weird to you, but when you understand that you're an energy system interacting with an energy system, it's really kind of obvious. The body at its absolute basic is light and information. And we know this now. We've got tons of data to show this. And so there's information in there that's unhelpful, and there's information in there that's very helpful. And we can decipher and decide what that is. The body's always communicating to us via feelings and symptoms, we would call them probably. Intuition, insights, people come in and you're like, oh, you know how you just meet. I met my friend Siobhan, I hadn't seen her for years. Well, I saw her at Community Fest. She came here last week and you're just like, instantly, you're here for a reason that's above and beyond the autoimmune and gut reset. And very often you'll go on retreats and that'll be your experience. You'll realise, you get something from the retreat, but there's been a very meaningful connection with somebody. And that's happened to me loads, every single retreat that we've done here. So when you start asking the right questions, be sure and alert and awake to the solutions that are going to be coming your way. So where would be the best place for the Heal Scotland Healing Oasis? What would it take for me to create a phenomenal place where people can come and learn or die with dignity? So you start asking the questions because you're actually understanding thy will, not my will. And it kind of takes a load off where you just think, let's share this around and let's let this higher intelligence that's clearly there, that created all of this, let me interact with that higher intelligence and see what can be co-created. So that can come right down to your own personal issues. It can be your own personal health issues. What would it take for me to be completely healed from this chronic autoimmune situation? So you're asking, what would it take? And then maybe somebody will send you a podcast. You'll bump into somebody who's saying, have you tried this? Have you tried that? So you're now alert and awakened to the possibility and the potentials in the field. Because I've got to plug it yet again, the source, Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you are predicting, and this is how we create a reality, we predict it. And we're predicting based on the past. Who wants to do that? Unless you've got a very, very enlightened past. We're moving into totally new ways of looking at the body. And that means stop predicting. We'll stop predicting the old and start predicting the new. Where can I go from here? What would it take for me to feel more joy on a daily basis? What would it take for me to let go of living in a fear state and worrying about my loved ones, my kids, whoever it is you're worrying about? And maybe it's yourself, maybe it's your own body. So you're like, instead of going, this is terrible, this is absolutely debilitating fear and anxiety and dis-ease, it's like, what would it take for me to be free of this? And that might be depending on what your predictions have been, the predictions you've probably got from other people. It can be difficult to override that and go, well, let me just, wait a minute, let me have a look at the potentials here. What would it take? People have had miraculous healings. Why not you? But you need to start, because of our free will, you need to start yourself looking at possibilities and potentials. And even if you can't truly believe it yet, doesn't matter, kickstart the process by going, what would it take for me to be healed? What would it take for, even if you're in pain, what would it take for me to be pain-free, or from my pain to be from an 8 or a 9 to a 3? Because if you're a details person, you're probably going to have to break your goals down into smaller bundles because your conscious mind will want to come in and argue. Whereas if you're like me, big picture, it's just like, well, let's heal Scotland, why not? That's not a stretch for my mind, but there's also, we're all very different. So we have to do what feels right for us. So let's just look at it right now, because whether you're stressing about your health, your wealth, or your relationships, it doesn't really matter to the body what you're stressing about. Is still this, you're putting yourself into fight or flight. And now we're understanding that you can eat all the great food in the world, but if you're constantly ejecting stress hormones into the body, which a lot of us are doing unwittingly because of all the hormone disruptors, because of all the poisons that we're accidentally ingesting, etc., where it's a constant struggle to keep this body afloat. And the microbiome, of course, transfers its frequencies and emotions through the body. So very often the anxiety is not even anything to do with your reality, it's to do with your digestive system. So that's really important to know. Are you hydrated? Is your diet diverse and as clean as it can be without stress? Just add in more vegetables and fresh fruits and veggies, and we're coming to a nice time where the farmers markets will be starting up again. You've obviously got all your pickles and your ferments, etc. So just do what you can, and then work on the nervous system. Do what you can for the digestive system and work in the nervous system. So what I want you to do is just close your eyes and feel into your vibrating mass of cells. What can you feel there? What sights, sounds, and sensations are there? And just for now, as best you can you just welcome what's there? The negative, the positive, and the completely indifferent. Welcome it all, and then just let it go. Set it free. And then can you welcome all wanting control, feeling out of control, all security, wanting security, feeling insecure, wanting approval from yourself or others, feeling cut off and separate, or wanting to be cut off and separate, and wanting oneness. Welcome all of that, and then just let it go. Set it all free. And can you welcome all doubt and feelings of powerlessness? Welcome all feeling that you're a victim of this vibrating mass of cells. Welcome any beliefs that it's working against you and not for you. And just embrace all of that and just let it go. And can you welcome any feeling of waiting for things to change so that you can be happy, and just let it go. And can you welcome all trying to figure it out and all wishing things were different, and just let it go. And can you welcome any resistance to change? Resistance to opening your heart, opening your mind to new potentials. Welcome any fear and resistance and just let it go. Come on. You can always pick the fear and resistance up if you want to. So just, I invite you to let it go. Take your arms nice and wide and just let the past go. Let the old stories go. And how do you feel now? What's the voice in the head saying? How's the body feeling? What's there? Has your energy changed? Does your vibration come up? Or has it gone down? And can you just welcome all judgment around yourself, the body, and the stories, and just let it go? Just for a minute, for a wee second, for a wee hot sec. Welcome the wanting to hold on and then just let it go. And let me know how you're feeling. Just drop a comment into the box. And if we're sticking on the subject of health, which is really my passion, is it's obviously multifaceted. It's your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health. So tap with me to finish this session, the Sunday sesh. Even although I've suffered in the past, and even although I've taken on other people's predictions and points of view, and even although I've criticised this body, and even although I used to believe that I was powerless, I completely forgot the body heals itself. Even although I felt like the victim, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Even although I felt like the victim of the body. Even although I really wanted this body to change. I've really wanted not to be so tired, not to have the pain, and not to have the anxiety, whatever it is you've really not wanted, bring it in to the party. And even although I've been wishing this body was different, wishing it with my heart and soul, I deeply and completely love, trust, and accept myself. Keep breathing, keep tapping. And I'm now open to letting go of all of that because it doesn't work. I'm letting go of all wishing the body was different. I'm letting go of trying to figure it all out and taking it personally. I'm letting go of all the doubt and fear around me being able to heal. I'm letting go of any other people's points of view and predictions. I'm releasing any limiting beliefs around my potential to have more energy, more love, more joy, more expansion, more possibility. I'm expanding my mind and my heart and opening up to other possibilities. I am open to the possibility of healing and feeling amazing. I'm open to vibrating at a much higher rate. I allow myself to let go of the past, to unhook my wee claws from the past, from any traumas, abuse, abandonments and betrayals. I'm willing to let that all go now. I'm open to pure potential and possibility. I'm raising my own vibration as I let go over and over again into courageousness, acceptance, and peace. I am the medicine. I have the power. I'm releasing the past. I'm vibrating up into these higher frequencies of unconditional love. Because I can. Only I choose to resist or to expand, to love or to judge, to accept or to resist, to believe or to be deceived. I am the power. I am a powerful energy being. And I am opening up to the possibilities. Allow yourselves to expand. Breathe into that beautiful energy you just created. Take some nice, easy breaths and just let go of all the shite. Allow the light, the divine consciousness to flow through you as you feel the courage to let go. It takes courage. Don't ask me why. It just does. So I'm coaxing and encouraging you to vibrate into that new vibration of courage, acceptance, and peace. See how it feels. Stop driving your car in first and second gear and just get into cruise control. Stop predicting the worst and allowing others to predict for you. These days are going, they're gone. Okay, and just feel the higher vibrations. Let me know how it feels. Feedback, speak to me. I can see you're out there. Let me know how it feels for you. I feel lightheaded. I feel a bit lightheaded. But I like that. I like that release. But it can feel different, especially if you've been a wee contracted cellular mess. And then you just go, whoa! It can feel very strange. So whether you're watching this with me live or whether you're watching this in replay, drop a comment into the box. Let me know how you felt, how you feel. And just have a wonderful day. I'm away to do the second part of my Bach Flower Remedies course. Blown away by that as well. I love, and you know, we talk a lot about the herbs and obviously we know about growing vegetables and food, but the flowers, I knew they were powerful. I love them, they're beautiful, and I know how people react when they see them in their salads. But to turn them into medicine, especially on the emotional field, absolute game changer. And you know, they can do no harm, so you don't need a an expert. You know, with homeopathy you do, but with the plants you don't. It's just you can, whatever you're drawn towards. And Giovanna's recorded this course. If you want to buy it, you can buy it afterwards. Anyway, remember, share, spread the love, spread the word, and let's get this healing trajectory off the ground. Chat soon. Ciao.